Hello gold farmers, welcome to another Golden Rats farming video. Today we'll be taking a look at the Zul'Grub instance. Don't forget that you have to run this on a heroic setting, so be sure to switch your dungeon difficulty over to heroic. This is probably my favorite Cataclysm material farm, because you can just get a ton of different items that you can open that will yield you all sorts of different materials. Also, don't forget to bring a potion of treasure finding so you can get the tiny treasure chests. I recommend that you kill these first few mobs instead of pulling them, because they just take forever to catch up to you. The bunches of mobs over here don't drop any loot, so I wouldn't worry too much about killing them. I would recommend doing this on either a druid or a monk, and possibly a demon hunter. I haven't kept up to date with that class, so I'm not all too sure of what their farming, I guess, techniques are. Also, if you are a tailor, then you will be able to bring in a ton of different cloths. Or not different cloths, but a ton of the Ember Silk cloth. So I do highly recommend that you run this as a tailor. However, I'm not running this on a tailor, so I won't be able to show you the amount of cloth that you can obtain here. I believe it's about 150 Ember Silk cloth per each run, and that's pretty nice. The reason why I recommend bringing a monk is because of this location right here. You will want to kill these mobs, however, you can't aggro them, and it could be a pain to just sit here and kill them. Back before druids had their Starfall AoE nerfed, they made this the best, or they were the best class to farm this as. You don't have to kill the Grubbish Master Chef, because all his containers do is drop a various amount of different meats. The containers that I highly recommend that you aim for are the Hive Queen's Honeycomb, which I killed her at the beginning of the run. If you don't know where she's at, then Sharkin has covered a video on a 5-minute gold farm that just focuses on killing the Hive Queen. Keep in mind that this is a heroic dungeon, so any of the bosses that you kill will lock you out of this instance, so you'll want to stay away from any of the main bosses of this dungeon. The mobs that we will focus on are the quest mobs that you might see. There aren't any right now, but after this small section, those quest mobs will start to pick up. As you can see in my bag, I've ran this twice, and I've already gotten, it looks like, about 10 greens. 9 to 10 greens, which is quite a few considering patch 7.3.5 had brought some changes to the amount of greens that drop. A lot of people have noticed a reduced amount of those items dropping. After you kill the first guy that drops the giant sack, it is a little easy to miss, but you'll want to head into this entrance as soon as you reach it, because there is another one that drops a giant sack. I wouldn't recommend skipping those either, because the giant sacks and the honeycombs have the highest item value in this instance. There is another quest mob that we will be approaching here soon that you can kill if you wish, but I recommend skipping it because it just drops a little bit of volatile earth, and sometimes getting out of the location is a little bit of a pain, and you'll just come down here and kill Tortun, which has a chance of dropping the volatile earth. I don't remember if it's a 100% chance or if it's a really high chance. Grub is the last quest mob that you'll really want to focus on. However, if you want to add a little bit more time to your run, then I recommend killing the closest hydras that you find. There's usually 2 of them. This is because they have a chance of dropping a gill that contains a large amount of volatile water. One run usually takes me around 6 minutes. This one took me 8, but that's because I wanted to take my time and make sure I was explaining it as best as I can. So Loot Appraiser says that I have obtained about 3k worth of items, but I still have to open all of these bags, so let's go ahead and see how much that goes up to. I'm going to start off with the less important ones, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up my tiny treasure chests. Also, I don't really recommend holding on to all your containers until the end, because you get quite a bit of loot here, and it can be a little bit of a pain to stop and open them or sell all of your trash. Since Sharkin already went over the honeycomb, I'll go ahead and open these as well. And that brings up my item value to 6k with just 2 runs. And the giant sacks drop a good amount of ore. So in 2 runs, that would take roughly 12 minutes to complete. You have almost 10k worth of item value, and this is materials. If you are a tailor, then you would certainly be up at the 10k mark by now. This is probably the best materialistic farm that I've ever found. I believe Old Bess is the one who originally discovered and posted this. And it's just a really nice dungeon for materials. Also, you can send your greens over to a enchanter if you're not on one, and disenchant everything and make a bunch of the Amber Silk bags. If you wish to run this on a skinner, then I don't recommend running the top. However, I do recommend running the bottom of the instance. I did cover that in another video, so I will try to remember to leave that in the description below. But for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.